So, Elizabeth, tell me about Christmas when you were growing up.
Well, when I was a wee girl, we lived in Glengormley at the time from I was about 2 till I was about 9. And so I always remember going to see Santa in Rob's or Anderson Macaulay's. There was all these wee twinkly scenes with wee puppets and moving things and everything. So that was nearly as good as going to see Santa himself, you know. So then Christmas morning was like, I'm sure any house, you got lots of presents from Santa and all the rest of it. But one thing I do remember, you always got an orange and an apple. But in those days, you didn't have big fancy stockings like the kids do now. Our stocking was one of my daddy's socks, like we recognized them. And there at the bottom was the orange and the apple. Then my auntie lived in the Omar Road. So after we had our dinner, we all got on the bus. We got 2 buses, one into town, one to the Omar Road, and went to their house for tea. But then because it was late and Christmas Day, there wasn't a great bus service, we actually got a taxi home. And like in those days, taxis were only special occasions, like once a year job, you know. You didn't flit and float about in taxis like you do now, you know. So that in itself was a big treat.
That was the treat, the Christmas Day taxi ride.
So then when I was 9, we went to Canada. So the difference in Christmas in Canada was, well, to start with, there was snow. The council used to come along in the winter, made it in piles in a big square, a big rectangle. And then it was divided in half, and then they flooded it, and it froze as an ice skating ring. So it was just outside our door. So that was fantastic. I got skates, and we were able to go skating all the time, just whenever you felt like it, you know. It was brilliant. We all had to get like snowsuits, you know, padded trousers and padded tops, just to be able to go to school and go out and play in the snow. It was so cold. And then, of course, then we there was this place called Casa Loma, and we went there to see Santa. And that was in Toronto. So
I'm sure Anderson and Macaulay's was every bit as good.
Oh, definitely, it was indeed. Another wee tradition in our house was Mummy always had her tree on a trolley. Every year, you know, you got a Christmas cake and there's wee characters on it. So I started keeping the characters and doing a wee snow scene underneath the Christmas tree, putting a wee bit of tinfoil for an ice rink and things like that. So it grew bigger every year as we got Christmas cakes with wee things on them. And then our Joan just reminded me, because she was so much younger, she says, I always remember Daddy doing the snow scene. And she says, what touched me, it wasn't the way it turned out, it was the care he took to do it, he gave it such love to do it right. Oh. And that's funny, because from my point of view, every time it would have been done, I would have come and my mummy would have said, your daddy did the snow scene, but he didn't do it as good as you would.
And is it still, do you still have it, or what happened to it?
Yes, I actually have it all in a tin, but I haven't put it out yet because, well, I didn't take it until, you know, Mummy passed away and that, you know. So, and she, of course, everybody says, well, that's for you, you know, you have to keep that sort of thing. So I haven't the last couple of years because the grandchildren were young, but I will now.
So you're going to make it this year, are you? You're going to make the scene
this year, yeah. The one that stands out in my head, and I think I did ask for it, was a camera. Now, I must have been about 13, 14 and asked for a camera. And in those days, it was a Kodak brownie. And they were sort of, you know, a rectangle this shape. So when I got my Kodak brownie, it was really modern. It was this shape, you know, it was long that way. And it was wonderful. But the only thing was, in this one, the film you put in, you got 8 photographs. So you had to make sure that you aimed it right, got everything in that you wanted, and you took 1 photograph of everything.
And that was it. No taking a few, just in the hopes of catching the right one.
And it cost a fortune to get developed as well. But it was the best thing, because then every time we went to guide camp, I had 8 photographs of each guide camp. It was amazing. It really was. And to this day, I still have all the photographs I took with it.